What up, Laker family? It is your boy DTLF back with another post-game live stream as the Lakers dismantled the Portland Trailblazers, as they should, 134 to 110. We're talking about a team that's only won 12 games this season, fam. They have lost 30, right? And yet the Lakers did what they had to do. So that's great. That's great news. Awesome gravy. Here is the problem. Here's the problem is that I think this only prolongs the inevitable. D'Angelo had a phenomenal game tonight, and people are going to get on the D'Lo bus and say, well, he's not the problem. Darvin Ham is. I already got a couple of those messages in my DMs. I already got a couple of those texts. Now, to be fair, D'Lo, 34 points, 8 assists, 2 blocks tonight. So he was phenomenal. And I'm going to talk about the last 5 games he's had. But AD, 14 and 14, 3 assists in only 26 minutes for him. So that's great. LeBron James, 28 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds in 31 minutes. 15 for Austin Reeves with 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 9 for Rui, 10 for Cam Reddish. Just balance all across the board. But again, guys, you guys read the headline right. I love the fact that we won, but I'm not impressed. All right. I'm not impressed simply because we dropped an egg versus Brooklyn, and then we win versus Portland. We got one of the 2 wins we should have got. We have been on a homestand, and we've been up and down, up and down. We're still barely a 500 team. And D'Lo, here's the thing about D'Lo, right? I love the kid. I think he's great. But I think I'd still trade him in a heartbeat. Now, before I'm not just going to shit on D'Lo. I'm giving him props because the last 5 games he's been phenomenal. 34 points, 8 assists, 2 blocks this game. 20 points, 1 rebound, 7 assists the last game. 29 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists the one before that. 14 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists the one before that. And 39 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists the one before that. All right, so he's averaging over 25 points a game, shooting a high clip right now, and he's killing it. But is it sustainable? Will he do it in the playoffs? And what's going to happen when they key in on him defensively? That is my only issue with him. That is it. You know, he showed us in the last playoffs, he had 1 or 2 good games max. Has he finally discovered something? Because he looks great, man. He looks great. D'Lo balling for the Hawks. Take that for that. Listen. It's not about hate, man. If he can sustain this and we can somehow trade for Bruce Brown without trading him, I'm happy. But I've always felt like I need an insurance policy behind D'Lo because I just do not trust his game. And again, he had a great game versus a non-defensive guard again tonight. Right? There's nobody really elite guarding. There's no Bruce Browns. You know, there's nobody really getting after him in this game. And he did what he had to do. You got to love it. He did what he had to do. However, I'm not sold still on this team, man. We're still barely a 500 team. We beat a team. We went 50-50. We lost to a team we were supposed to beat the other night. Now we beat a team. I'm not going to be a prisoner of the moment no more. Show me 5 of these wins. I've been telling you guys for the last couple of games. Show me 5 of these wins, and then I'll get excited about it. For now, I still think we need a trade. You know, whether it includes D'Lo or not, we need a trade. I don't trust him to be able to man the point guard position, especially when there's better defenders there. And on the defensive end, him and Reeves as the backcourt, man, good luck to us with that. Unless we have another front court protector, and that way when guards penetrate, we got 2 rim stoppers up there. But other than that, nah, man. We got to be smart, right? I need about 4 or 5 of them before I get hyped and wave the flags and all that good stuff. This is an ass whooping, but it should have been, and we needed it. I'm happy we got it. I'm not mad we got it, but I'm still not convinced. Therefore, I still want to trade. I hope these aren't just like stopgaps type situations where, where all of a sudden the front office is going to feel comfortable, be like, well, D'Angelo's the new third star, the new third piece. Still got to see it in the postseason before I can believe it. All right, let's read a couple of comments. I'm sure a lot of you will disagree with me, which is perfectly fine. All right, so my guy K Way says, facts, I need 5. Big facts, Brody. Max Anderson, thanks for super chat, bro. Said D'Lo balling for the Hawks to take that data. I already read that one. My bad. Still appreciate you, Max. Thank you so much. Don't fall for this performance. I will still trade him because I know he can't do this in the Western Conference Finals facing the Nuggets or Celtics. Even if we don't trade him, I would still like a Bruce Brown to be there defensively and start alongside him if he's going to start, right? I'm still not giving up Austin Reeves. Like, I still feel the same way. Like, nothing has changed. This game hasn't changed my feelings at all about the whole trade situation. It's nice for D'Lo. His trade value is going up. Congratulations. And if he does stay and he lays eggs again in the postseason, I'm gonna be pissed. So I hope we do get some insurance policy whether he stays or not. Empire Jeff says most definitely need a trade. We need someone who can step in when he's not scoring at this level. I agree, 110%, my bro. And that's just the thing, right? He's great when he's scoring. Like tonight, he looked like an all-star out there. I mean, bro was killing 34 points, 8 assists, 2 blocks. Where'd the blocks come from? I didn't even know he could defend like that. But look who we're going up against. It's Portland, fam. Do this against Boston during Christmas Day game or during one of those special occasion games when we face Milwaukee or when we face any sort of juggernaut. That would be great. My guy said a dead clock is right twice a day equals D'Lo. Search, appreciate you, my bro. 27-point average the last 5 games for D'Lo. Can he keep it up then? You know what, Hector? I think he can keep it up in the regular season. I think he can have a career year because he was trying to get paid. So bro's been in the gym and you could tell. I mean, that shot looks crispy right now. The real question, the only question I have is can he do this in the postseason? Because I haven't seen it yet. So yeah. That's just how I feel. Yo, Dan, we not trading D'Lo. We have Vincent coming back, and that was his first Western Conference Final. So y'all stop. We'll see. We'll see. If we don't trade D'Lo, I hope you're right. I hope Vincent comes back and backs him up because that's the reason I wanted to re-sign D'Lo because we had Gabe Vincent there, and I'm like, well, if D'Lo starts tripping, guess who's going to take him over in the starting role? Here's what happened, though. D'Lo lost his starting spot. He was playing like ass, right? And none of y'all were here defending him then. And then Gabe Vincent was hurt. So guess what? He reclaimed it by default. He didn't really earn his starting lineup spot back. Now he's earning it right now. This last 5 games standing by him has been phenomenal. Question is, can he do it for the rest of the month and leading into next month and then going into March and then April once we hit the playoffs? Those are the questions. It's still a long way to go this season. We're a little bit over the halfway mark, but he still hasn't proven nothing to me. And again, some of these teams he's doing it against are ass. This team right here is trash. Anybody could have padded their stats this game. But show it to me who we play next. Let me see. Let me double check. I haven't checked the schedule. Who we play next game? That's what I want. We play the Clippers on Tuesday. Okay, show me a 30-point game versus the Clippers in a winning effort, and I'll say, okay, maybe we found something here. You know what I'm saying? And let's beat them. Let's sweep them this season. Man, a 5-game winning streak would be so clutch. Yes, it would, Jeff. It would be awesome, bro. I need to see something in order for me to really be impressed, man, because, again, I was getting ready to be impressed with my family on Friday, and they laid an egg. So, you know what I'm saying? Till they start playing better versus the good teams and they stop laying eggs versus the crappy teams, it is what it is. D'Lo's a role player. You shouldn't be carried by your superstars. Gabe and Vando injuries were so detrimental to us. They were. We're starting to get healthy. You know what I'm saying? We're starting to get healthy. So that is a huge, huge reason why, we're playing better. Vando's playing the passing lanes. That bench came in with Christian Wood and Vando tonight, and they did work. So kudos to them. But D'Lo has been good, and I'm not going to take that away from him. I'm not going to not believe in him. I want to see more of it, and also I want to get an insurance policy there. I'm not sure if my guy will come back fully healthy. I'm not sure if my guy Gabe Vincent comes back fully healthy this season. If I'm the Lakers, I'm considering sitting him and applying for that injury player exception. That's just me, though. Ozzy, my bro, thank you so much for Super Chat. He said, not confident with the team. They need to get W's. Absolutely not. Anybody who's fooled by this going on right now, then I'm sorry to tell you, but there's some slumps coming up if they don't make the trade and get rid of the stench. This game is just a shooting drill for these guys. That's all it was. Portland don't play no defense at all. Even Ayton, like, who is Ayton? He was like, what, the number 1 overall pick over Luka, over Trae Young, over so many great players, and he has not panned out. You know what I'm saying? Our perimeter defense still lacking, and we need to make a trade to shore it up. Now, if we somehow get Bruce Brown, and all we have to give up is like a first-round pick and some cash fillers, and we don't have to give D'Lo, Reeves, or Rui, then I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that moving forward. And, of course, I still want to back up big men, but there's still lots left to be desired. I'm not going to give full. This is fool's gold right here, this game right here. If the Lakers start feeling good about themselves, because of this game, they're just going to let up again, and they're going to get smacked by the Clippers coming up on Tuesday. If that happens, they got to use this as they got to start building up to something and get their first 3 to 4 to 5 game win streak this season. Do that. D'Lo's been good, but what? but being great wins championships. D'Lo's been good, but again, the opposition he's going off against don't really have an elite lockdown point guard. He really hasn't been matched up versus people that were like, okay, he gave Marcus Smart the buckets, he gave Bruce Brown the bucket. We haven't seen that D'Lo yet, right? LeBron stayed in way too long. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that with the coaching, man. When he he brings in certain pieces and it's like, bro, the game is out of reach. Let the G Leaguers play. I agree, Ozzy, 110%. D'Lo put the Lakers in a situation. Yeah, Gabe can sneak into the lineup last month before the playoffs. If not, sit his ass or move on. Jeff says, I think I know the deal the Lakers are going to try to do to get Bruce Brown. Ooh! Everybody check out Empire Jeff TV, man. I'm sure he's going to give you all the details on that side. All I know is shit is about to get interesting because right now, I'm sorry, D'Lo. I said D'Lo is balling right now. So that definitely it's gonna do one of two things. It's either gonna fool the Lakers front office into thinking, okay, we found a groove here with this starting lineup with Reeves and D'Lo, and we don't need to do much. Maybe just trade, I don't know, or maybe just sign somebody, or it's gonna spike up his trade value, and we're actually gonna get a fair deal here at the trade deadline. Because remember, they essentially want 3 first-round picks for DeJounte Murray, right? And they're trying to settle for 2 settle. The max I'd give them is 1. Think about this. They want D'Lo, who now he's balling, right? So it's even now. It's even kill if we made that trade right now. D'Lo for DeJounte, straight up. No first-round picks. But then they want a first-round pick, I'm sure, unprotected. Then they want Jalen Hood-Schifino, who people already gave up on, but he's still a young player and a young prospect. You never know what he becomes. He was a lottery pick this year. A lot of people give up on people, right? They give up on people, and then they, you know what I'm saying? Like when they actually flourish elsewhere, it's like, oh, we should have held on to him. Nah, man. Nah. Yo, Dan, how do I get on around the league with y'all, man? We got to wait till one of our guy misses, and then you hit me up on the DMs, bro, on either Twitter or Instagram. All right, got to make sure you're a real person. There's a lot of bots trying to get in on the show, so that's the reason for the, you know what I'm saying, for this. He said, I see last year, Dan, don't fall with these performances. He's going to disappear in the playoffs, especially if we play top teams. Man, I just, you know what? Even if all I'm going to say about D'Lo is this is what we wanted from him when we traded for him. We wanted him to take over. And he, you know what? He showed flashes of it last year during the regular season, but then the postseason came. And it was highly disappointing. So I really wanted to get off. I wanted him to get off a running start because I was like, well, Gabe Vincent is coming off the bench. He's going to catch him slipping and take over his starting job. You know what I'm saying? He's going to take over his starting job if he doesn't play well. Well, we lost Gabe Vincent. So then I think D'Lo got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Then I thought D'Lo got comfortable, and that was an issue because he averaged 8 points a game. Nobody wants to talk about December performance. Everybody who's a D'Lo fan now wants to jump on the bandwagon now. But where was y'all when he was averaging 8 points a game, right? So from that point on, I was like, wow, he's having one of these slumps that he had in the playoffs again. And now he's become unplayable because he doesn't play defense either or rebound. He play makes, but he needs the ball in his hands. Or he wants the ball in his hands. He really, to be honest, the best stint D'Angelo Russell has had as a Laker isn't even this stint right here, this 5-game streak. It was when Luke Walton was a head coach and D'Lo was like a second or third year player. And right before they traded him, dude was playing the shooting guard off ball next to Jordan Clarkson, I think. Or I don't remember who was running the point. But he was playing shooting guard and he was balling, fam, just like this, right? But he did it for an extended period of time. And then they traded him in the summer, right? So I've seen him get hot like this. It's just I haven't seen sustainability, and I still question. You know, so I still question if he can sustain it. This is why I say if he's playing like this and he's going to continue to play like this, we can go ahead and flip other people and see if it's sustainable. But we need insurance policy. We can't just go naked into the playoffs with just him and expect him to save us and expect him to be that third piece. I just haven't seen it enough throughout his career, and he's 28. Right? It's not like he's a second or third year player. It's not like he's not Austin Reeves. This is why I judge them differently. Because D'Lo's been through the fire already. He's been on different teams. He has experience. That's what people don't understand, right? People say, well, Dan, you're not being hard on Austin Reeves. He only had, 15 points today? It was efficient. He didn't force anything. It was still a good game. But the difference is that D'Angelo Russell's been here before. He knows how high the expectations are. He's been to the playoffs. All right. Now with multiple teams, he did it with the Nets. Now he did it with the Lakers. He knows that there's always going to be high expectations here as a Laker. And he didn't deliver the first couple of months. Now in the new year, he's delivering. And I love what he's doing right now. Question is, when we face Boston, when we face whoever has elite defensive guards, will this be sustainable? And if it's not, what else is he going to bring to the rotation to make himself relevant? Like what else is he going to do to make an impact in the game? Otherwise, you're playing 5-on-4 anytime he's out there. That's what happened in the Western Conference Finals. He had to be yanked out of the starting lineup and eventually lose a lot of minutes, because the shot wasn't falling, right? So I'm not going to get impressed till I see it happen against elite teams. That's just me, though. And that's not even hating. That's mad love for him because I want him to do good. This was impressive tonight. The last 5 games, he's been impressive. But he got to keep it up. And I want to see it versus the good teams. I've always said D'Lo cooks teams that have no defense, like Portland. Perfect example. Anthony Simons was guarding him. He's going to cook him. Anthony Simons is an offensive guy. No defense, right? They got Scoot Henderson over there, rookie. He's going to cook. Well, let's see what happens versus the Clippers. I hope he keeps it up, yo. I'll be excited. If he cooks the Clippers and goes for 30, then he might change my mind. He might say, okay, maybe he's starting to catch his groove and get comfortable, and I'll believe it. But if he has like one of them subpar, 7 for 21 shooting nights. No, I wouldn't even say 7 for 20. Like one of them 4 for 18 shooting nights versus the Clippers. And he's getting cooked defensively. Y'all know what time it is. Regardless, I still feel like we need a trade or two, man. I do. And that's not going to change. My opinion doesn't change based off of one game. It is what it is. But look, bottom line is tonight, they got the win. All right. Jeremy Grant was held under 20. So that part of it is impressive. And again, our defense is spiking up. Malcolm Brogdon, I've always liked him. 23 points, 9 assists. I wish we could get our hands on a Malcolm Brogdon type. Anthony Simons, 19. He's got a bright future. 16 for some guy can't even pronounce his name. But the Lakers, they were balanced across the board. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in double digits tonight. All right, multiple guys, over 5 assists, and that's the key. They spread in the rock. They trust in each other offensively. But where was this versus Brooklyn? And I hope they bring the same energy and fire versus the Flippers. Just because we beat them twice don't mean we got to come out here and be lazy, right? But that's gonna be a topic for a different day. I don't want to do pregame for that here. But how y'all feeling, man? I want to know. Appreciate you, Serge. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for shouting us out, man, on Apple Music. Yes, 24K available on all streaming platforms. Go check it out. Go tap in. All right, let's see. Let's read a couple comments. They giving up on Jalen Hood-Schifino and trashing him. Watch him ask the front office for a trade for him to get him back once he flourished elsewhere. I never give up on young talent. I've learned that everybody has their own time, right, to shine. And whether he's a bust or not, we're not going to know that till like 5-6 years later sometimes. Dante Exum, who's labeled a bust, had a career night versus the other night. He was actually having a good bounce-back season with the Mavericks before he got hurt. Right? So, it's a lot of stuff, man. RP says, yo, Dan, D'Lo isn't a system player. He's the system, and Ham going to give him the green light. He's going to cook the Clippers. I wouldn't say he's the system. LeBron's the system. That's what you run your offense through. On nights like these, though, when LeBron is sharing the rock with D'Lo and D'Lo's doing his thing, because you got to ride the hot hand. D'Lo just had it going tonight. When he has it going like this, of course, LeBron is going to let him play. Oh, hey, thank you, Ozzy. Absolutely. Free tacos, everybody. Go grab your free tacos tomorrow. I do believe it's a purchase of a drink required, so I'm not even sure that's worth it for y'all, but everybody gets free tacos, man. That's what's up. Shan says D'Lo can average 40 the next 10 games, and I still don't trust him in the playoffs. Yeah, you know what it is, man, is that we've seen him throughout his career. And he's had glimpses of like, wow, this kid could have been a star. Like literally when D'Lo came out of the draft, I really wanted Luke Walton to let him run, let him do his thing. He was playing alongside Kobe though, so that wasn't going to happen, right? Clearly, because Kobe is always, as long as Kobe was touching the hardwood floor, just like LeBron, they're going to be the center of attention. They're going to, you run your offense through them. It's the right thing to do. But I wanted D'Lo to be more assertive and to be aggressive offensively. Just let it fly because you got a nice jump shot, bro. But sometimes he hesitates, and some nights he won't have it going, which is normal. But then that's when you have to dig deep and figure out what else you're doing with that skill set, D'Lo. The playmaking is elite when he wants to be, right? The playmaking, he had 8 assists tonight, right? 7 assists the other night, right? But then there's nights when he got 3 assists and stuff like that. So What else can you do to keep helping your team win? And tonight it was a total team effort. It wasn't just D'Lo. It was LeBron. He was phenomenal with 28, 5 and 5. Right. It was AD kind of took the night off offensively, but he still had 14 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still AD. Of course, D'Lo was the star of the show tonight. But look, the Lakers shot 40% from beyond the arc. Right. They knocked down all their free throws. They shot 93%, 27 for 29. They were locked in tonight. Total rebounds 45 to 35. Lakers. Offensive rebounds, we had 10. Defensive rebounds, 35 to 25. Assists, we had 28 assists, so we were sharing that thing, right? 6 blocks for the Lakers, 9 steals for the Lakers, only 12 turnovers. So we were tied in the turnover department. Well, what is always my goal? 13 and under. Tonight we had 12 points in the paint, 60. So they did a little bit of everything, and that's exactly what we got to do, man. That's exactly what we got to do to win these games. But again, the reason my headline says not impressed, because I just saw them drop an egg against Brooklyn. You know, good teams figure out ways to win even when you don't have it going. And right now, I still don't believe we're a good team. I got to see 4 to 5 in a row of them things. And we just had home court advantage, and we're splitting that. We're splitting home court advantage. We were supposed to have a 10-game home court advantage, and we've been splitting it. That's not a good sign, right? Because we don't have the same record at home that we do on the road. We're a much better home team. And even that, we're splitting it. So, yo, Dan, did Murray or Levine ever went to the Western Conference Finals before? Murray or Levine? Nope. But they've been on losing franchises. D'Lo is not on a losing franchise. The expectations are different. Once Murray or Levine become Lakers, their expectations go up. They'll be judged by a different islands. Come on, man. You're acting brand new, bro. Are you a Laker fan or are you a player fan? Because if you're a Laker fan, you know that our expectations are always sky high. Sky high. You know what I'm saying? And this, as far as D'Angelo Russell goes, I'm just asking the question. This question should not offend anybody. And is it sustainable? Because we haven't seen it be sustainable. So that question shouldn't be offending nobody, fam, to be honest with you, to keep it $1.50. But tonight, the Lakers did their thing. They got to do it again on Tuesday, and that'll be a lot more impressive. If they do it again on Tuesday, we'd be 3-0 against the Clippers. D'Lo has a nice 30-point game. Well, now we can revisit that conversation and say, okay, maybe the Lakers should consider keeping him. Because if he could do this versus better teams, we'll see. All right? Now we got to talk about Darvin Ham. Because I saw him hugging up on AD before the game and try to win his players back over. But we just heard the report. I was talking about a pregame that he's lost a lot of the locker room. And sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't, right? You know, so it's just the fact of the matter is that this team still has a lot of room for improvement. A lot of room for improvement. I want the details of the Bruce Brown trade because some random said they are in trade talks. They might be, Joe. They might be in trade talks, my brother. They just might be. Here's the thing, right? The thing is we won't know the details till tomorrow, according to the report. You know? Our big lineup broke. The game open wide, no Reeves. I like size. We got to utilize size better. I agree. We got to utilize size better. We have to. That's something Darvin Ham has failed in, for sure. Even that lineup with Christian Wood and Vando was working, but that's not really size, but it was working. The one that has fallen out of the rotation, I think we haven't talked about it enough, is Jackson Hayes. So expect him to be thrown in almost any trade conversation because the Lakers not even using him. You know what I'm saying? So Jeff says they are 100% in trade talks. Yeah. The thing is, we don't know the details. According to the report, we'll know more tomorrow. Maybe by tomorrow the trade gets done. Who knows? Who knows what they're talking about over there? But it's gonna get interesting, guys. And I look forward to it because if the Lakers can start building any sort of momentum, then they add, some sort of momentum thruster that makes the team even better. Bruce Brown, take Bruce Brown and put him on this team right now. Don't subtract nobody. Just imagine what Bruce Brown looks like on this team right now. We're talking about a wing who can switch multiple positions. He can probably guard 1 through 3, sometimes 4 when they go small, but 1 through 3. Okay, so now the weakness we have with D'Lo and Reeves when they're out there together, you know what I'm saying? When they're getting cooked, you sub one out, you put in Bruce Brown. All of a sudden, you have versatility. Now you got a pest. Now you got somebody who, as Jeff likes to call him, a point of attack defender, right? And now you got somebody who can initiate the defensive end at the perimeter. Instead of initiating it at the mid range or in the post, you're initiating that pressure up front. All of a sudden, it's hard. It's going to be discombobulating to run your offense around the Lakers because you got now we're going to have size, we're going to have versatility with the wing depth, and now you're going to have another point of attack defender. It would be great. It would be awesome. My guy said facts like Rui in the starting lineup. I like Rui in the starting lineup. I've always liked him. I felt like, he, especially in transition, he can get out and do some things. He only had 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He blew a couple of gimmies, but it helped us. It helped us. We look younger when Rui is out there because we're more athletic, we're quicker, we're pushing the pace. We just look younger. We look better when he's out there. And I hope he continues to get opportunities to start. I hope it's not just because Taurean Prince is hurt, but that's most likely the case, right? Most likely it is. It was good to see Lewis in White Castle. Yeah, I miss Castleton, man. He hasn't played all season long for sure. Dan, no way the Lakers are outbidding the Knicks offer or Grimes even and they first pick. Who knows, Savage? We will see. Thing is, Toronto and the Knicks have already established some sort of relationship because they made a trade, so they could have the upper hand on that side for sure. They could have some sort of an advantage on that end because they've already made a trade with that team and they want to keep appeasing each other. Then they'll continue to build that relationship. So there is that. RP says, I've been a Laker fan. That's why I'm rocking with D'Lo, man. I'm waiting for Vincent to come back. We good. We need a big, though. I'm rocking with D'Lo, too. As long as he's a Laker, I'm rocking with D'Lo. But I am being hard on him because that December was atrocious. It is what it is. Just like I was really hard on Austin Reeves when the season started. Really hard on Austin Reeves. Because, he didn't have his legs under him or whatever. But eventually he caught up, man. Now, D'Lo's balling right now. Got to give him his flowers. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens because right now people sending me stuff. D'Lo looking disgruntled over here, man. Anything's possible. Trades could already be on the works. It'd be nice to wake up to something that's a needle-moving trade. Again, I've been in favor of DeJounte Murray trade. I think that's my favorite. The Bruce Brown trade is up there as well. Like you said, we do need a big, though. That's a fact. That is a fact, man. But Juan, appreciate you, man. Thanks for the super chat, brother. He said Hayes is complete trash. That's why he's falling out of the rotation, fam. Hayes is falling out of the rotation because he's still raw in his talent. He hasn't really developed anything other than running, contesting shots, a lot of time missing, fouling, and rebounding and dunking. Those kind of players don't have too much value nowadays in the NBA because now most bigs can space it and space the floor and stretch, and it'll scramble your defense all over. Especially if your big can't, right? On the offensive end, it's a little more cluttered in the paint. Guys can sag off. They can help on the weak side. It's a lot harder to create space with somebody like Hayes, especially if he's not doing it, like his strengths aren't really popping off like that. Like his rebounding, blocking shots, and dunking isn't really something that is featured highly in our offense or in his game. So now all of a sudden, again, it feels like sometimes when you have these type of players, it feels like playing 5-on-4. I liked the prospect of Jackson Hayes. Some people wanted to start him. I wasn't sure I wanted to start Christian Wood. That's for sure. But yeah, I'm not sure how Jackson fits, especially if the coach is not going to use him. Who would you trade from Memphis? Mr. Rod G. Even though he's hurt right now, I'd love to have me a Marcus Smart. Again, I want a perimeter defender, like a better one. KCP was huge for us in that 2020 season. We don't have a KCP type. We were hoping Gabe Vincent would be up there and Max Christie would be developed enough to be that style of player. But right now, with the injury to Gabe Vincent plus Max Christie still being underutilized and underdeveloped right now, I think we need to get a surefire ready. I'll be honest with you, man. I wanted PJ Tucker. There was rumors he would get cut, but he might be too old, fam. He might be too old. If the Clippers can't utilize him, it's probably for a reason. And I'm not sure I want to collect people's trash. You know what I mean? So, especially if there's going to be better options out there. So, I would love to have Marcus Smart from the Memphis Grizzlies. He's somebody I was talking about since the summer. I was like, if it doesn't work out in Memphis, I'd love to bring him over. Now, we've gone back and forth, right, on around the league and not sure if he's going to be available, but we'll see. Dan, Lakers need a POA guard. He said, bad, can only afford to have one bad defender on the court at guard. And we also have to factor in LeBron's inability to defend nowadays, like he has to pick and choose when he's going to go contest shots. At his age, you don't want him overexerting energy and effort because that's how you get somebody hurt, especially at 39. He's damn near 40. Um, but with LeBron James, I feel like he's saving it for March, for April, and beyond, right? I feel like, and he should, because we saw him run out of gas in the Western Conference Finals. We don't want him going 0 to 100 real quick right now. Right? We want him to sustain his health, and that way he's 110% healthy when the postseason comes, assuming we even get there, right? Because right now, the way we're constructed, we have a lot of weaknesses. The way the coach is coaching, too many weaknesses. Let's see here. I wish we can trade Ham for Monty. They are two coaches in the wrong teams. Well, I'm not sure I want Monty Williams after that horrible losing streak he had. You would think like a great coach like Monty or what he had showed in Phoenix, you would think they would have been able to, like, say not get a 28 game losing streak. That's really concerning for me. And that's got to be concerning for every other GM out there that ever looked at him as a great coach, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting to it, but 28 is a lot. Straight losses, you really start questioning people's coaching abilities after 15, let alone 20 and 28. PJ Tucker can be our 2020 Jared Dudley. 2020 Jared Dudley. That's interesting. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you can never go wrong with a locker room guy, but I want pieces we can utilize. I don't want older guys in there who won't get too many minutes. I want people that are versatile. And I like PJ Tucker. If he's healthy, he might be, great for the playoffs when they actually allow you to play some defense in this league in the playoffs. He could be great. Marcus Smart, if Memphis drops more games, you think they want to trade Jackson? I don't think so. I think Jaren Jackson, Desmond Bane, and obviously John Morant are going to be key pieces of their core for years to come. Everybody else, I think, is interchangeable and movable, but I think those are the ones they want to hold on to, Let's see. I wish we had hired Ty Lue. Ty Lue is a good coach. He is. Even though he's a Clipper, I can't even lie. He's a good coach. And there's been a lot of like indirect praises. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of indirect praises for certain people. You know what I'm saying? And like players have said, okay, this player right here is, or players have said, this coach right here is really good at this, or this coach is really good at that. And that to me is a straight up direct shot. Like that is a straight missile, direct shot at Darvin Ham. But if you got to praise other coaches consistently, but you never praise your own, it's an indirect. You know what I mean? So Darvin is a huge problem. I think the front office knows it. You guys want to know why I think they're not going to fire him at anytime soon? Because they would have been did it when they were like 2 games below 500. Because that was embarrassing in itself. The only reason I don't think they'll fire Darvin until the season ends, or maybe even next season, or let him honor his contract, because ESPN, man, they keep bullying the Lakers front office and forcing them to avoid making these decisions. You guys saw the false narrative that they created when we fired Frank Vogel, that we weren't fair to him. He's a championship coach, 2 years removed from a championship, and the Lakers, they gave him more than enough fair opportunities. You're always in the hot seat when you're a Lakers head coach. But that narrative was created, and as a result, I think Jeannie wants to stay out of the limelight. She likes to, live her life in peace in the background. They don't want to see people, so they're not trying to see an upset crowd again. They don't want to see ESPN dragging them across the network like they did when we were going through the whole Magic Johnson versus Rob Pelinka thing and all of that. They're trying to stay away from that. They just want to compete in silence. That's why I believe they won't fire Darvin Ham, because as soon as we fire him, all of a sudden the narrative becomes, oh, the Lakers are an unstable front office, right? That's run by too many people, too many cooks in the kitchen. And while there might be some truth to that, but not really. I mean, I think Rob has already proven he's capable, right? But I think that would be for sure the narrative. ESPN will create it. Darvin Ham never got a fair shake. You know what I'm saying? He started off with Russell Westbrook, and the next season he didn't even get to finish the season. It's gonna be creative, man. It's gonna be creative. So I don't think they fired Darvin for that reason. I've seen it. And I do wish in that sense that the Lakers front office was more cutthroat and didn't give a damn what anybody at ESPN or anywhere else had to say. But I do think it definitely sways their decision making. Trying to find a coach in the middle of the season, good luck with that. That's another reason why. But really, they don't have to find a coach. They could promote somebody to interim head coach. Firing a coach midway through the season sends a message to your team, like sometimes even makes them feel guilty. Like, yo, if y'all would have focused and stopped partying so much, y'all wouldn't have got Darvin Ham fired. You know? AMG says, what is Coach Scam good at? Not calling timeouts, not holding players accountable, messed up rotations. I think Darvin is a preacher. I think he's somebody who, when he says something, you believe it. We believed it when he was at the podium. You know what I'm saying? When he got hired, we believed he was actually going to be facts over feelings. I think he's a salesman. But problem with that is is results over anything else. Results over anything else. Murray can be our Denver Murray stopper come playoff time. Murray can be our Denver Murray stopper. Oh, you're talking about DeJounte Murray. I got confused. There was two Murrays in that sentence, Prince. Yeah, you know what? We need somebody at least to be able to switch multiple positions, and it's not going to get easily cooked. I hate when the guards go for straight line drives and they just beat us with their sheer athleticism or speed. And both of our guards struggle there, D'Angelo and Austin Reeves, of sliding in front of the defender. Austin had, the last couple of seasons had done a great job of taking charges. This year he hasn't taken as many. So you got to work back on that, man. Let's see. Murray can be he said, to be fair, you shouldn't be on the hot seat all the time as a coach. That's just the Laker way. The Laker way is every single year you're on the hot seat because you're supposed to coach to the best of your abilities. That's what I mean by that. If you should be a reason why the team wins, and obviously you're going to catch losses and stuff, but it shouldn't be because of you. It should be because of the roster construction, injuries, poor officiating, et cetera, et cetera. But when most of the nights we are complaining about the coaching, that is a huge issue. Would you trade D'Lo and Nick Vucevic, and would you start him? I would, in the right matchups. I like Nick Vucevic. I'm not sure what type of defender he is. I don't really pay attention to Chicago Bulls games. I used to like him since he was in Orlando, though. Offensively, he's good. He'll help floor space and all that. They taking so long to make trades. Yo, I feel you, JC. But bottom line is, it takes two to tango, right? In order to make trades, it takes two. And I mean, a lot of teams, what they do, and I said this pregame, they hold on to their assets till the bitter end, and they weigh in all their offers, and they take whichever one they feel is more convenient. That's why you have a lot of trades happening in the final week of the trade deadline, like right before the trade deadline, like 4 days before, 3 days before, 2 days before, and then some even leading all the way up to the deadline because they want to maximize their offers, and that's the bottom line. I can't be mad at teams for that, but that's another risk as well. When you make offers to teams, they can grab that offer and go and compare it with other teams. Like, okay, look, let me give you an example. Lakers send an offer. We heard about it for DeJounte Murray. The frameworks are in place. That means that the Hawks now have the ball on their court. The Hawks now take this offer, right? They say, okay, Jalen Hood-Schifino, 1 first-round pick, D'Lo. Are you guys willing to trade in? Austin Reeves will make the trade right now. Lakers say, fuck no. Okay? All right, then. We'll call you if we like the trade. Week goes by, no call. But what the Hawks are doing now is they're taking this trade and they're showing it to everybody, right? That's why the reports leaked out. They're like, okay, this is what the Lakers have sent us. Can anybody top this offer? We would like 2 first-round picks and a young prospect with a veteran to go with that. Can anybody top that, right? Because they're trying to get as close to, if not better, to what they traded for when they traded for DeJounte Murray. So if other teams say, no, we will not top that, then maybe they turn back around and say to the Lakers, all right, we'll take your offer. That's what takes so long, right? It's a process. It's a back and forth, right? It's a back and forth when it comes to trading. Murray would compare to what borderline all-star Laker? There's nobody. His game is completely different, man. Completely different than any all-star Laker we've had here in the past 10 years. So his game is different. But I'll tell you something about DeJounte Murray. He has a dog in him. He plays extremely hard all the time. And I like players that have a motor on them. You know who else had a motor on him? Josh Hart. You know who else? Stanley Johnson. Players like that are staples. You know who else? Alex Caruso. Those are staple type players, man. They make a team better, even if sometimes they don't have all the talent in the world. Now you combine that with an actual talent. He's having a career year, averaging 22 points per game. Just hit 2 game winners, and I have no question in my mind that he would be a good fit here. No question. People will use the example of Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook was a shell of himself when he got here, and he came with the whole ego, the whole enchilada. DeJounte Murray is in his prime, and he's got no ego. He just wants to play and win. Competitor, right? So that's my assessment of him. If we ever do make the trade, I'll break it down a lot better. But I am excited for the potential of these trades, and let's see what happens, y'all, moving forward. So keep it locked right here for all things Lakers and more. I got you guys covered, man. I might do a video tomorrow to break down some more of these rumors that keep popping up. So keep it locked. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a great rest of your night. All right. Enjoy your evening. Lakers win. So it's all gravy. But hopefully they keep improving, and hopefully they make a trade moving forward. Shout out to my sponsorship, Prize Picks. Y'all know I got to give them a major shout. And for those of you that weren't here earlier, man, we did just drop a fire-ass banger on the website, right? To commemorate the 18 years ago today, Kobe dropped 81 points. 18 years ago. So, man, that's just time flies, y'all. But enjoy your night, man. God bless. Thank you, Serge, for modding. And thanks for everybody who participated. Thanks to all the super chatters. You guys are the GOATs, man. And I'll see you guys here on the next one, all right? Good night.